as well. So in medicine, it's not black or white, it's not all or none. But we do rely on those statistics to guide us in general with what to expect.
And our next viewer wants to know, is there such a thing as just being carriers of the virus but not showing symptoms? Can the virus still be spread by them?
That's a great question. And we think that the pediatric age group is major in this group. In other words, they are likely becoming infected, but they're not showing symptoms. And so they may be vectors of spread, or they may be the ones who are actually going home and spreading to their parents or grandparents. So again, those are all things that we just don't know yet about this virus because it's less than 3 months old.
Now, we've been told the general population doesn't need to be wearing masks, but the next viewer wants to know, what do you think about wearing disposable gloves when shopping, etc., so that you can peel them off before getting in your car or home?
Okay, so I will confess, I actually thought not of disposable gloves, but I thought, well, it's still kind of winter here in New York City. Maybe I should wear my winter gloves out. But here's the thing. We can't walk around in a plastic bubble, okay? We're not going into an operating room sterile environment now. So again, I think that would absolutely be more harm, more waste, more burden on our healthcare system. There's no scientific data to support that it does anything protective other than waste disposable latex gloves, potentially. And remember, the touching your face phenomenon, that's a reflex. So your body doesn't even really know whether you have gloves on or not. So I still go back to just when you pass a sink, use it.
I sometimes think I'm touching my face more now that I've been told I can. Or maybe I'm just finally noticing how frequently I touch my face, but it's all the time.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
All right, Dr. Ashton, we appreciate it. If you don't mind hanging out, I want to get your final thoughts before we leave. But first, we want to get to the other aspect of this where you might need to protect yourself. All this news can understandably have a lot of us feeling on edge. So what's the best way to manage this stress and keep yourself from being victim to anxiety and other similar conditions? Let's go over to clinical psychologist Jen Yip. Dr. Yip, you treat people all the time. How do you keep people updated on what they need to know medically, like Dr. Ashton is telling us, but keep them from getting too involved with the anxiety and stress that hearing about this virus can bring?
Well, first of all, I think it's really important to understand that right now it is natural for all of us to be a little bit anxious and a little bit concerned. This is your fight or flight response at work, and it's useful to be a little bit more concerned. This is keeping people to keep their hands clean by following the CDC instructions, washing it 20 seconds with water and soap, doing social distancing. So these are all behaviors that are to protect us from getting sick, and these are important things to engage in. Now, the question is, how far are you taking it? Sometimes for people with illness, anxiety, or obsessive compulsive disorder, or even generalized anxiety, they can take those behaviors to an extreme, and that's when it becomes a problem. So if you're washing your hands so much in hot, steamy water with lots and lots of soap that your hands are now dry and cracked, that's a problem. If you're avoiding things that you usually do, such as going to the gym or taking a walk on your neighborhood, that's a problem. So the question is, how much excessively are you taking the instructions?
And are there any techniques to kind of manage the anxiety that can come with the fears that an outbreak spreads?
Well, the purpose of the fight or flight response is to protect us, to keep us safe. And the problem with what's going on with the coronavirus is that it's a lot of uncertainty. So anxiety builds on uncertainty, which is what drives our fear. So what a lot of people are doing are trying to do things to protect themselves, again, to an excessive degree. So some things that you might want to take into consideration is, if you're looking at the news, just look at it once a day. You don't need to be spending hours and hours watching the news or even Googling information from sources that may not be credible. One of my associates just told me about a gossip that occurred, which the information was completely erroneous. So make sure the information you're getting is from a reputable source and limit your search for that information. situation and follow all of the instructions from the CDC, such as using social distancing, washing your hands. More importantly, keeping your immune healthy. So doing the things that would normally keep you healthy, such as eating healthy, getting a lot of sleep, drinking plenty of fluids. Those are some of the things that you can actually do to keep yourself healthy.
And we know some people are staying away from the gym because they're afraid of the gym and getting the virus, but exercise can actually help with your mental health, right?
Absolutely. Now, you don't have to do exercise at the gym. I certainly don't always go to the gym for exercise. You can always take a walk around your neighborhood. You can always get on your bicycle and cycle around your neighborhood. So those are some of the other things. You can go hiking. Those are some of the things that you can do that's not inside a gym.
My workout, is that what you're telling me?
That's right.
All right. Dr. Yip, we